2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Belmont or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Now, we get so excited for food here in the studio because perceptually, it feels like when the doors close and the show starts, we're on Alcatraz.
Well, also people think that we get breakfast provided to us every day.
No, we
and
are.
that it's, somebody walks in with a, cloche-covered tray and your breakfast is ready, Mr. McManus.
Well, that's only me. You're right, man. It's only me.
And I don't realise that we are in here. There is a poster hanging on one of the walls, and behind that there is a hole that Sean's been digging with a spoon to try and get to food in the morning. So it's a lot. So when we do get food, it's pretty exciting stuff. And
so we had that yesterday in honour of Sean's birthday.
Thank you. You waited. You didn't have to, by the way.
And the place we get burritos are... Natalie had a burrito over...
in America, where burritos are a big deal in California, and it was nowhere near as good.
Oh, no.
And
so
it was
the
nowhere
food
near
from
as
this
big.
place is absolutely
Top-notch.
fantastic. So this isn't a complaint. This is just a discussion for what happened to Amy's Green Bowl yesterday, which we just found about that this morning. Now, we're not one to complain.
We wouldn't complain, but we'd let you know.
But when you don't complain and nor say anything about something like this happening, it's just...
Amy,
shows
talk
you-
us
you
through
just
what
sold
happened
of
to
the
your
earth.
breakfast yesterday.
Okay, so like you said, I was hanging. We normally eat breakfast at 7.
We discussed it days before, talking about what we're going to order, and we're just waiting.
We're having anyway. You know me. I am starving. Come
Yes,
breakfast,
she
I'm
can eat, mate.
ready to go.
She's a
I'm
machine.
like Sean,
Yeah.
right?
And it
She's
was
like the
about-
Clydesdale at a bloody
about-
feed bin.
About 7:45 by the time we did get our breakfast. So that's well after when you would normally eat.
Yeah. So we're all eating brekkie.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there with Bells.
Yeah.
And I've gone to take a bite out of our halloumi,
Yes.
and
It's like
sitting
a
on
cheese.
top,
Yeah, on the halloumi.
Like a garnish.
like a garnish,
Yeah.
was the biggest queen wasp.
So dead, presumably, a dead wasp, or just it was just really like halloumi was showing down.
A proper wasp.
So there is
wasn't a fake.
there is a wasp
I don't know,
sitting
made out
there.
of leaves or something. I don't know.
So there's a wasp sitting there. So what wasp happens next?
So I've looked at Belle. I was like, "Are you serious?
Wasps.
I don't what am I
So you
going to
just
do?"
pluck
And
the
she's
wasp
just
off and
"Look,
keep eating?
Yeah. So Amy just ate around it for a bit.
Yeah.
And then it got in your head.
It was in my head. I was like, I don't know if I can finish this.
Yeah. And you know what? I completely understand not
Still
wanting
starving.
to eat
Still starving.
wasp-filled food. But
You
the
kept
fact
going.
Is, the fact is,
We found out about this today.
we found about it today. She did not mention it to
Not a
anyone.
thing.
Anyone at all. Are you not?
know
One
why?
are you not one to complain? Because that's amazing. Because your
Nathan,
husband is the one to complain.
She is a mother. Mothers don't complain, do they? Get on with it. Don't you,
Sean,
Amy?
do mothers not complain?
My mother does not complain.
What about your wife?
My mother does not complain.
So the people that just aren't one to complain, in a world where I've seen a Daily Mail article all about a person buying a 6-pack of crumpets and one of them was squashed. And people were outraged.
Yes, and they're business shaming.
Let alone a wasp in your green bowl.
Yeah.
A wasp in your green bowl. I
think
cannot
since
believe you
becoming
say
a mum,
anything.
I think since becoming a mum, I'm so disappointed
About
all
what?
day, every day about everything that you just kind of just be like,
You accept it.
You're
But Amy,
it is what it is.
You're an
You-
athlete
no,
now,
no,
though,
no.
Amy, so surely you just went, extra protein. Let's get on
But
with
the
it.
thing about Amy, though, and firstly, that's why none of us can go on the Amazing Race, because we can't eat wasps. But the thing about Amy, though, is that Amy's dove into a weird part of motherhood where, and I'm sure there are people that do this, but her children will eat an apple and eat probably 3/4 of it. There's 1/4 of the apple left. She'll put Glad wrap on, put it in the fridge, and she will bring it to work to eat the next day after her children will all over it.
Because he lives,
It's so rank. We want to talk to you people that I'm not one to complain.
Yeah.
I'm not one to complain. What happened where usually it would probably be on the news or you would have got so much compensation, you didn't even tell the people that were responsible for it.
And it was complaint worthy.
Oh, yeah. I was in your green bowl. I think we can all say that's not like...
That's complaint worthy. That is worth saying something to the business. But you didn't.
Yeah.
You know why? Me no complain.
Yeah.
Me not complain.
I have to tell you that Kings Park and Botanic Gardens are wasp-free. And you can go
I don't know about that.
100% guaranteed by Nat. And if you see a wasp, tell her she'll come down and shoo it away.
Joe's in Golden Bay. Hi, Joe.
Hey guys, how you going?
Good morning, Joe.
So
Great.
it was complaint worthy, but you didn't complain about it. What happened?
No, so I was in a hospital, just had surgery, and my husband came to visit me.
Yeah.
Put his hand on my leg,
Yeah.
and the bedding was wet. But beforehand, they had just washed me down, and they must have put the wet cloth on top of the sheet.
Yeah.
Yes.
And of course, everything's white, so it just blends in. And he's like, "You're wet. Why are you wet?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I can't feel it. Just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just help me move."
Yeah.
So as he's moved me forward, there was a pair of surgical scissors under my back.
They just left them
They
there.
left there.
At least they didn't leave them inside you, I suppose.
Yeah, I know. I was just, he's went off. I said, "Just stop. Just leave it. Don't worry about it. I just want to go home." And he's like, "No, we need to tell someone. We need to tell someone." I said, "No, please don't." I was so embarrassed. I just wanted to get out of there.
It's only scissors in your back. You're right.
Yeah.
I know. And it's I had no feeling. So it's
So stab away. So stab away. So it's like, yeah, nurses, come in, hook me up, and we'll do a pinata.
So, Joe, did you get any marks on you from the scissors, or you couldn't feel it yourself, but did you get any cuts or anything?
No, just indentation.
Yeah.
Where,
Now, show them those zigzag scissors.
yeah.
Pinking shears, yeah.
That's cool.
So do you think that if you were even it is slightly pierced and you're bleeding a bit, would you have complained or just, I'd put a Band-Aid on it? Let's go.
Yeah, I would have just put a Band-Aid on it because I'm really not one to...
I mean, what profession?
And you wanted to get out of there.
What profession hasn't rammed scissors in your back, Sean?
That's true.
So, I mean, come on.
They didn't stab. You know, they didn't stab her with them, right?
No, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Scissors in the back, Sean. I think you made the right
Joe.
choice.
Tina's in Mandurah. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hey,
Great,
Tina.
Tina. Now, what was complaint worthy, but you didn't complain about it?
I'd had a couple of Prosecco's the night before, which was not good for me,
Okay.
and decided that I'd go to McDonald's, and I couldn't even face the burger, so I thought I'll just get some nuggets.
That's when you know someone's been really hungover when they can only chew a nugget.
Inside the nuggets was a piece of yellow plastic about the size of your thumbnail,
Yes.
and so I bit into it, nearly took my tooth out.
You got a free Happy Meal toy.
I did. A little piece of one.
So-
That's what I get for eating McDonald's.
Yeah, so no complaint, obviously, because you were
No complaint.
too
No,
young to
I just threw it
complain.
out and went, well, that's my own fault. Shouldn't be eating it.
Did you go on to the next nuggets, Tina?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Wouldn't that be great? A place,
break
right?
the other one in half.
A place where, takeaway food. So if you are watching what you eat and you don't want to go there too often, it is a really great business model to put randomly plastic things in your business model.
As a
Because
sign.
yeah.
It could be a little bit of plastic that says stop.
Yeah. And so basically it's a transition. It's like what vaping was supposed to be doing for smoking.
Yes.
You go to takeaway, you go to a takeaway place where you might be eating glass.
Yeah.
And if you get it, then that's, it's
a
like, well,
sign.
that's my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be called That's Your Own Fault. Welcome to That's Your Own Fault. Can I take your order, please?
There's nugget roulette, really, isn't it? It's amazing. All right, thanks, Tina. Let's go to Sarah in Wattle Grove. Morning, Sarah.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi,
You
Sarah.
don't sound like you would ever complain, Sarah. What happened?
Well, during COVID time, after I had COVID and I had to go to ED, when I had to come home in a taxi, and they charged me $168 to get from Armadale Hospital to Wattle Grove, which is just less than a 20-minute drive.
So what would that usually be?
Oh, I don't know, like $20.
Why was it so much?
What
happened?
I don't know, because I had to go to ED because
Yeah.
Because she had scissors in her back.
Sorry, Sarah.
I was concussed the night before. I'd fainted and I had concussed myself.
Yes.
Right. And I got sent to the ED and they discharged me. And the only way to get home was in a taxi because my husband was at home looking after our kids with COVID.
Of course.
And so I had to get in I had no choice. And I didn't question it. I just paid it. I'm like, when I got home, I thought,
because you were
why am I
concussed.
paying $168?
And I just remember the world was different. The streets were bare. There was no one around. It's like, this is a different world.
I mean,
and now
to be fair, it's probably the only ride that taxi driver had in like 3 weeks.
Am I right to say? Am I right to say that the taxi drivers they don't surcharge, and that's what they say? There's
no surge pricing.
So surge pricing. Yeah. So that can't be surge pricing.
No, that's just a taxi
So
driver.
this guy's just like, this girl looks a bit loopy. We'll just get a little bit out of her. And you paid it.
She paid concussion tax.
Did you say anything to your husband when you got home? Did you tell him about it? What did he say?
Yeah, and he's just like, what? Why was it so much? I'm like, I don't know.
I didn't ask any questions.
Go and lay down.
Lie down.
And I hope to wake up.
Sarah.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Belmont or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Now, big news for us around the corner. The Good Grocer is opening for the first time. We haven't had a place, Nate, where you can go, particularly on early mornings on the weekend or
I've been really
on a
lucky.
Sunday.
On Beaufort Street in Inglewood, that's mine. And it's
24 hours? Yeah, that's what this one is. Yeah.
And you know what? It's a real thrill because usually for a 24-hour shop,
24 hours
you're in somewhere. There's another 24-hour shop near me that I absolutely love. And it's where all the stoners go when they're hungry.
Yeah.
And it's got like, every time you're at the counter, it's in Inglewood, everyone will know what it is. Every time you're at the counter, there's something different being displayed, and it's a new special that we got. So once I bought some for us, but we never, they're still in the office. They were giant pickles, and they were warhead pickles. So the warhead lollies. So they had them, so I bought one of them. The next time I've gone in there, it's bottles of sauce from Chick-fil-A, an American franchise that we don't have here in Australia. And they've got Chick-fil-A.
That's so rare.
And I know some of them might be fish tanks.
Sounds like they're
you ever
just
see these people
selling,
on border force when they're
just
coming through?
finding things on the beach that have washed up off ships.
And they've got one of those walls with all the American candy in there and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But Good Grocer, it's so awesome to be able to go in there because it's like everything's delicious and looks bespoke.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the added bonus now that you read that
I know.
today.
What?
Rotto Bakery goods. The only place you can buy them on the mainland.
I saw the story, didn't know that was referring to. Wow. So I don't go to
So all the
Rottnest,
stuff, the family own the Rottnest Bakery and the IGA over there, and we'll be able to eat all their stuff. The one thing that we used to go to, so the only place I would holiday, Mum and Dad would be able to save up, we'd share a 2-bedroom house with 2 families. There was like 13 of us in a joint. We'd put a tent in the front yard.
Yeah.
A lot of people in Bali do it.
Yes.
But Mum would always go and get us a cream bun. Just
like
on
the
Rotto.
finger bun thing.
Yeah. I didn't like cream, so there's a fake cream one. There's a fake cream
mock
one.
cream. Yeah. That's my favourite too.
You two don't like cream.
It was so delicious.
We should have got married, Sean.
I'm the only cream-loving person in our trio. Oh. So
Say that out loud again.
I've never had anything from the Rotto Bakery. How are their sausage rolls?
I haven't had a sausage roll there in ages. I had a pie there last time. They just do other stuff, but I haven't tried their sausage roll. Now that they're down the road, we should have a go at it.
And also,
we can do it at midnight.
We can.
The Good Grocer, Sean, is there something that you have a sneaky thing of that you don't really talk to anyone about, but yet it sometimes happens in your life? The answer for you is yes, and we'll get to all your secret lies about food. But Nat and I were talking about this morning. A melting moment. I sometimes swing by there and get a melting moment. And the macarons have had such a time in the sun. Why isn't anyone talking about the melting moment? And then Nat had a melting moment.
I had a melting moment the other day just in the little cafe down at the dog park.
And both of us had one, which is a bit different, with
passion fruit icing in the middle.
Yeah. And a
it was
melting moment,
spectacular.
guys.
They seem like
It's a mum thing.
a biscuit for the elderly.
I know,
doesn't
because
seem
it
like
does
it's-
disintegrate. All you need is gums. But
It doesn't seem artisanal. Do you know what like a macaron is?
but it really is, because when you look at it, it is so light and it crumbles when you even just look at it. So so that to me seems like high class bakery. And
No, I think that's
No. It's just made for the people with no teeth. Yeah.
they're having
butter, icing, sugar, and custard powder is what my mum puts in them.
Yeah. They're having their real moment. And as Bella said after I said that this morning, she goes, no, they're having their melting moment.
Well played, Bella.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I want to tell you a story from when I was on holidays. When I was in LA, other side of, this is before I went to Mexico, so it's before Christmas.
Yeah.
I decided I wanted to go to a couple of the comedy clubs, and where I was staying, it wasn't far from them.
Did you go to Polly Shaw's one?
That's the comedy store.
Yeah, and see the townhouses behind him? That's where he lives, in that townhouse.
So I went there, and I went to Largo as well. It's another very famous one. But the comedy store, I bought tickets to, because Nikki Glaser was on that night. I thought
she is hilarious.
Yeah, she was doing some warm-up gigs ahead of the Golden Globes, and she did basically her whole monologue. She tested it out. So because I laughed at it, I think that's why she used the jokes.
Yeah, of course.
But anyway, when I went on the website to buy the ticket, it said there was a big thing saying that particular night they were doing a toy drive, because it was just a few days before Christmas.
Yeah.
And if everybody that came along could bring a toy, that'd be great. And I went, okay, no worries. Where I was staying, there was a Target around the corner.
Yeah.
So I went into Target, bought this massive Jurassic Park dinosaur
What are
thing.
their Target toys compared to our? Is everything bigger over there?
No, it's the same sort of things that you would see here. Yeah.
Is the Target the same as what it is in ours, or they have more?
This particular one was smaller than some of the others. So some of them have groceries and things as well.
But everything
this
was
one
the
smaller.
Anko brand.
So I bought this thing. It was on special. It cost me about $20. But it was big, and so I'm lugging it. And so I caught the Uber up to the comedy club, and I'm in the queue, and I'm looking around. I'm like, Everybody else has got a toy.
Oh, they must have dropped it off before.
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
So anyway, I've got my dinosaur under my arm.
Yeah.
And then you go, they check you in, you show them the ticket, and I said, I've got a toy for the toy drive.
And I went, we've got another ticket.
She looked so surprised. And she went,
Wow.
thank
So no one
you.
does it.
Nobody did it. But it was so clear on the website that this is what they were doing for this particular performance, and presumably most of the ones in the lead up to Christmas. I'm like, what a great thing to do. And I didn't want to be the one who didn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm a visitor in this country, so I'm going to do the right thing, follow the rules to the T, turn up with my toy, and everybody looked at me like, look at this weirdo brought her dinosaur to the comedy club.
At least you're in LA, because if they would have probably said, look at that girl dating that
that dinosaur.
Because there's
they must
weird
be
things
married.
like that. People are them get married to street lamps and stuff like that.
So when I went through the
tough on a
door, the
street lamp,
bouncer
no.
said, can I check your bag? And I went, it's a toy for the toy drive. And he went, anyway, that's my first
No, were you by
week.
yourself, by the way?
Yeah. God,
no, she wasn't. She was enjoying.
I had
Sorry. I
my
got that
Jurassic friend.
I've had all the eyes on me once too, and it is whether everyone's looking at you think everyone's looking at you, it's an intense feeling, because the embarrassment doesn't go away for the entire time you're there. And this was my dress-up party, remember, year 6? My brother was dressing up.
Yeah, we went to school.
Brother was doing fancy dress. I went, of course, my class was doing fancy dress, so I rocked up as a vampire clown, the only one in my entire class. Everyone had their lunch. I had a plate of fairy bread.
Not a thing.
Turned out gay, weird. It was the fairy bread, actually. If people want to avoid this, fairy bread. And that was a lot for me to then, because the only time I was at recess, I was with other people in fancy dress, but then I was back to class,
in your class,
and
as a vampire clown
with a plate of fairy bread.
With a plate of fairy bread.
And everybody else just in their school uniform. It hurts when you're the only one.
And that day went for 12 days.
It hurts.
It does. We're going to talk about that, hey? Only people.
Yeah.
When
Have
you're
you
the
been
only
the only
one.
one?
And when you're the only one, it wasn't good, whatever it was.
I mean, I was trying to do the right thing.
Me too.
I bet somebody just took that dinosaur home for their kid too.
Yeah. That's amazing.
There was no toy drive.
Yeah. Why not?
Claire's in Guelph. Hi, Claire.
Hey guys, how are you?
Claire.
When were you the only one, Claire? What happened?
So it wasn't actually me. I did this to my little 4-year-old at the time. I was heavily pregnant with my second, so I had a look at the invite, wasn't really paying attention to details, but the invite had little pirates all over it and a big pirate ship. So I just assumed it was dress up. So I love a dress up, so I got her dressed up as a pirate. I got the eyeliner out. I drew scars all over her, a little moustache. I patched her up and sent my husband along to this birthday party.
Yeah.
And
please tell me you put him in costume too.
Him off.
Are you there?
Oh, sorry.
No,
you cut out a bit.
Keep going.
I was like, it's fine, just go in there. And they went in, and no other kid was dressed up. They're like, and they asked, like, why is she all dressed up? And he's like, just come from another birthday party.
Oh, Dad, on the money.
Daddy doesn't come from another party, so just made him out to be an utter liar as well in front of all the new parents.
And also,
She rocked it.
Those party people that just go from party to party. It's like you don't think mine's that special.
Was she okay with it? Did she rock it once she got to the party?
Oh, yeah, she rocked it. Yeah.
Because when you're that young,
given.
You're that young, you're looking great. You're dressed special.
you
You
dress
don't
up
care.
every day.
You
You
don't
dress up.
care.
All the confidence in the world.
That's so cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah. Dress up as a vampire clown next. I'm sure she'll have a great day.
Nathan, it's not a thing.
It is.
Thank you, Claire. Jenny's in Basso. Hi, Jen.
Morning, guys.
Hey,
Jen.
Jenny.
Right, Jenny, when were you the only one?
Okay, so I was probably about 10 or 11, and I used to go for West Perth footy
Yes.
in the Waffle, and I live not far from Bassendean Football Oval, which we all know is home of Swan District.
The Black Ducks.
And my sister told me that my footy team, West Perth, were playing there, and I got decked out in my whole kit and caboodle, and off to the footy we went, and it turns out it's Swan District home ground with not West Perth.
No garlic
Yeah.
matches to be seen.
So you were in a sea of black and white in all your West Perth gear.
Red and blue.
Stuck out a bit.
Now, how do the football fans take that? Did they leave you alone? Did you get sledged?
Oh, no, I got booed.
Yeah.
Booed big time.
Yeah.
For a 10-year-old, that's pretty bad.
That's brutal, isn't it?
How many people do you think were booing at you?
The whole grandstand.
Yeah.
Sean, have you had that many people boo at you?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
What's it like? What's it like?
Western
great
Oval,
feeling.
surely.
Oh, God. Spitting at you, mate.
Yeah.
Spitting at you?
Thanks,
Oh,
Jenny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd spit on you if you're on fire.
Pretty
Yeah,
feral.
thank you. That'd save me.
Tara's in Connolly. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, Tara.
Tara, when were you the only one, Tara? What happened?
Well, it was actually my husband, and I've been dying to tell this story for years. So we got invited to a pink and white party for a friend's birthday at one of the hockey clubs. And he thought, he's a 6'4" burly guy, I'm going to go all in pink. I'm going to put myself out there. So we were visiting the op shops and Kmart and all that sort of stuff, and he had the hat and the shirt and these pants that were too small for him and a pair of shoes.
I like the effort he's going into. That's great. Yeah.
I know. It was he really went with it. So he rocked up there, go to get out of the car, and he realises everyone's only in white. Even the birthday girl is all in white.
He should have pulled out a red sock out of his pocket and gone, damn, everyone tried.
It was, and he went, you know what, I'm just going to own it.
Yeah.
And off he went. And he was getting high fives for everybody.
You know what?
Really went with it, and it was the best.
It was basically wearing a pink ribbon.
Yes, that's right.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
You know what? I think you can only high five a big man in pink.
I mean, we're assuming they were high-fiving because of the pink, but maybe they were high-fiving because of the slightly too small pants. You never know.
I know, hot pants on a big
It could
fella.
have been that too. Yeah, it was pretty impressive, I must say.
And well, no, I really do. I do love the fact that because a lot of guys they won't put much effort into a dress up, and look at him. He's sort of gone from shop to shop, buying pink stuff. Sean, not you. I have to buy all yours.
I'm all about it.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Shenton Park or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.